Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. And yes, I got my comeuppance yesterday. I launched into a rant about if you're not sure what the rules mean, watch my explanation, and then solved a puzzle where I could barely explain the rules myself. That served me right. I think this puzzle will be a little easier to explain the rules in, and I'm hoping that will be the case. And I'm laughing at myself, to be honest, because I blundered into a trap of my own making yesterday. Now, don't forget, coming tomorrow, the new hunt. It's called No Trump Game. It's about a hand of bridge. You don't need to know anything about bridge to solve the Sudoku in it and win the competition and get the chance to solve a video with Simon. So do consider joining us on Patreon for a new hunt that will be launched at 4 p.m. our time tomorrow. And there are crossword videos on Patreon too, including Saber's Brilliant Listener. There are connections and gridogram videos, a new connections video today, for instance. And there are, of course, many other things that we offer you, like our apps. They're all in the description fields. They include Domino Sudoku, I want to call it. I think that is right, which would be relevant to today, and Classic Sudoku 2 and the Worms. And, of course, we have a bit of merch if you're interested in that sort of thing. So do check all of that good stuff out. It's in the links under the video. The first link, however, is to this puzzle, and I'm going to go through the rules now. Firstly, normal Sudoku rules apply. So 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Cells separated by a knight's move in chess cannot contain the same digit. Now, normally I get out Knighty McKnightface, but he's not with me. So I've had to find a different knight. So I guess this one is Whitey McKnightface, Knighty's brother, and he's going to sit on my laptop and try and remind me of the knight's move constraint if I forget it. Where 2 cells are separated by a black dot, one of the digits is double the other. All possible black dots are given, so in those 2 cells, one is not double the other. Digits in the cells in the red box, see how it matches my shirt, form a magic square made from 9 distinct digits arranged in a square such that every row, column, and 3-cell diagonal sums to the same total. Right. We've seen those before, surely. If you haven't, think about them a bit to start with. I'm going to try and solve this now. Let's get cracking. I'm going to start with the magic square. So there are 9 distinct digits in it. They're the numbers 1 to 9. They add up to a secret number that we know, but we occasionally share with you. It's 45. So the sum of the magic square is 45. If all the rows have to add up to the same, that number is 45 divided by 3 is 15. And one of the most elegant ways of explaining how we know a couple of interesting things about the magic square formation is by considering that the middle digit has to pair with 2 other digits in 4 different ways to achieve this 15 sum. And there is only one digit that can do that, and that digit is 5. And I mean, you can try out the combinations in your head, but 5 can go with 1 9 in one orientation, 2 8 in another, 3 7 in a third, and 4 6 in the last. And that will always make 15. And there is no other digit that could go in the middle. Now, it's worth thinking about whether 1 or 9 could be in a corner. How can 1 make up a sum of 15? The other 2 digits would need to be 6 8 or 5 9. There are only 2 possible outcomes. And a corner digit will need 3 ways of making up 15. So 1 and 9 can't go in corners. So they must go in these cells that are not corners, in orthogonally adjacent to the 5, basically. And then when you think about what combination of digits make up each row and column, you will realize that to get to an odd number total, 15, you always need an odd number of odd digits, either 3 odds or 2 evens and an odd. Well, to fit in 2 evens and an odd now, we're going to have to put all of the odd digits in these spots that are adjacent to the central 5, and the even digits around the corners of the magic square. And that just must be how it works to make this magic square work. We're going to have even, odd, even on both diagonals, even, odd, even in those rows and these columns, odd, odd, odd in the central column and the central row. And that way we can achieve this goal. Now, where does that leave us as regards this puzzle? We've got all the black all the black dots are given. Right, in this box, this digit is 2 or 4, because the only combinations where you can have 3 different digits in a row and double again is 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. So all of these digits are from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family. They sort of form a family of digits that double. The other family that are available are 3 and 6 only. Now, since there are only 4 digits in the 1, 2, 4, 8 family, you can't put one of them on this black dot in box 3, because it would need another one from the same family, and that would require 5 different digits in the same box. So this must be a 3-6 pair, and that tells us straight away that this is not the pair that is 3-7 going with a 5 to make 15, because we'd have a repeat 3 in the row. So that's the 1-9 pair, and this is the 3-7 pair, north-south. And that means that this black dot is not a 3-6 black dot. This is from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family, and that's going to bring in this digit into the same family as well. I don't really know what to do next. I guess the remaining digits in this row are 2, 4, 7, 8. Because we've had the 1-9 pair and the 3-6 pair. This black dot digit cannot be a 7, and this is now from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family as well, because that one is. Now, what about these black dots up here? We've got the knight's move constraint as well. I haven't used that at all yet. That is worth thinking about. I have a feeling it means that this can't be a 2-4 black dot. It can't, because both of those would see that cell. In fact, both of these digits, let's just mark them yellow and these ones light blue. All 4 of these digits have to be different because they all see each other by one means or another. Either by the knight's move or by horizontal Sudoku, basically. Now, them all seeing each other is all very well. But these yellows could still be from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family. I don't know if they are or if they aren't. If that's a 1-2 pair, this could be a 4-8 pair. I have a feeling one of these pairs, let's give that a colour, either green or yellow, is a 3-6 pair. Why do I think that? If this was 1, 2, 4, 8, those would be the same as those and have to go into these 2 cells. And they couldn't be touching because there's no black dot there. So if green was the same as blue, there'd be a 1-2 pair both ways. I can't say that's definitely not the case yet. Okay, that wasn't quite as... Oh, this pair can't be a 3-6 pair. So they're from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family as well, just like this pair. Now, what does that mean for this pair? Does that mean they can or can't be from the... I don't know. These 2 cells both see that as well. That's less powerful as a factor. We've got a knight's move constraint. What? Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to use it. I think this must be very, very obvious to make a start in, and I can't do it. That is now definitely a 1-9 pair. If this digit was a 1, that couldn't be a 2. We've also got certain constraints over the magic square. If that's a 1, it must be surrounded by a 6 and 8. That's quite interesting. If that was a 1, this would be 6 or 8. That would, if let's say this was a 6. This is quite an important deduction because green is either in the 6-3 family or not. And the only way it's in the 6-3 family is if this is a 6. So let's say it's a 6. That digit is a 3. This is 7. 6, 7, 2 adds up to 15. And 6, 1, 8 is how we go down the magic square here. 8, 3, 4, 4, 9, 2. We would have 4, 9, 2 here. That 2 would mean this had to be a 4, 8 pair. And the 4 would see that cell by knight's move. So we'd have to have, in that situation, with 4, 9, 2 here, which is all predicated on a 6 here, we'd have to have 4 here and 8 here. I don't feel I can say that's impossible. 6, 3 here would also do something quite interesting in the magic square. That would make this digit the 3 in the magic square. So 3 would be there, there, and in one of these cells. But 6 couldn't be in one of those cells, one of these cells, because if 6 was there, it would have to be in one of these 3, and they're not available. Is there a way of ruling 6 out of this cell entirely? Because that couldn't be 3 then. There's no black dot. That would have to be 7. Yeah. Oh, no. This could go 6, 7, 2 with the 2 here. Oh, I can't get a handle on it. There's probably some very straightforward way to begin this. Okay, let's just think about the 3, 6 pair. Okay, first of all, if this was a 1, 2, 4, 8 set, 3, 6 in the box would be forced by Sudoku into those cells, and there's no black dot. So that doesn't happen. And that means one of these pairs is the 6, 3 pair. I mean, that's no surprise, but it's nice to definitely establish it. Obviously, if it's the green side, it's 6 below 3. If it's the yellow side, that's not so obvious. But one of them is a 3, 6 pair. The other one, what about the other one? If this digit is a 1, that's not allowed to be a 2, but there's no black dot. If this digit is a 1, that can't be a 2. Also, it couldn't be a 4 because one of these black dots will have a 4. It'll be from the 2, 4, 8 family and it won't involve 1. It'll either be 2, 4 or 4, 8. So that digit couldn't be 2 or 4 if this was 1. It would have to be 7 or 8. I have a feeling that 8 is impossible too. But it's not more than a feeling. That would force this to be a 6 and this to be a 3. Wow, I'm not doing well at this puzzle, I know that. Okay, I should try something completely different. What should I try? Can this be from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family? That would give us a set of 1, 2, 4, 8 in this row. I'm just not picking the right questions today. I don't know. Well, why not? Why not? Oh, this can't be a 3, 6 pair because I see that cell. Oh, look, now we've got a full set of 1, 2, 4, 8 in this column. Where is the other digit from 3, 6? It can't be touching this one, or it would form a black dot pair. So it's either here or here. That's quite interesting. If it was here, this would be a 1, 2, 4, 8 black dot pair. Oh my goodness, this is intriguing. These digits must not be from 1, 2, 4, 8 because they see the whole quad, and they can't be from 3, 6. I'm going to get rid of these colors. I'm going to start using colors for the 1, 2, 4, 8 family. Definitely known to be 1, 2, 4, 8 digits. Let's make them pink. And the 3, 6 family will make green. And the 5, 7, 9 family will have as yellow. They are a sort of family of loners who don't have to connect to anything else. Now, one of these is the remaining 3, 6. Can these be double pink? There is a fourth digit up here that is either 1 or 8, a fourth pink digit. Oh, goodness, I don't understand. I don't think I'm on a silly path at the moment, though. This makes some sense. Is that pink or is this double green? If this was double green, where would the double green be in box 6? It would have to be there and there. Would be pink. Did I work out this had to be double green? I don't think I did yet. Okay, let's have a think about that. Can these digits be the full set of 1, 2, 4, 8? Is there a reason why they can't be? Because that would be massive. One of them would be a 1, 2 pair. One of them would be a 4, 8 pair. And that digit, let's imagine that was 8, 4. That would be 2, and that would have to appear in this cell if this was from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family. So you'd have 8, 4, 4, 2, and 1 there. I can't work out if it does work or if it doesn't. There's some really elegant, easy way of breaking into this. I know I just feel that there is. We've got 2 black dots in this column. How could neither be the 3, 6 pair? Ooh, okay. Imagine this is the 3-6 pair. That's a 7. What does 7 go with? 4 and 2. I think on the side of the square. 7 must go, yeah, it must go with 4 and 2. So if that's a 7, that's a 2-4 pair. Right, so if this is a 3-6 pair, in fact, didn't we just say 3-6 is on one of these black dots? Yes, we did. Oh, it's so simple. How has this taken me 17 minutes? So embarrassing. I'm really apologetic. Right, if you heard me earlier say that because of that 3-6, we must put 3-6 on one of these black dots because we can't put it there because there's no black dot, then you will have wondered, why do you not then realize that if 3-6 are in those cells, this digit is not a 3? Just because I didn't. Anyway, that's not an answer, but it's what happened. 7 there, 3 here. 7 goes with a 2. No, it doesn't go with a 2-4 pair. That's just terrible maths. It goes with a 2-6 pair to make 15. And the 3 goes with a 4-8 pair. So we're not finished, but we've got a 2 there. This digit, or 2 or a 6 there, this digit is 1, 4, or 3. Now we know that 3 and 6 are here. We've had 7, 5. This is... this sees the 1, 9 pair by knight's move. So it's not 1 or 9, and it's not 3, 5, or 7. And it's not 6, which is in one of these cells. So it's 2, 4, or 8. And you're right, that gets a colour. And that colour is pink. I can colour this green, this yellow. And that is one of these pink digits again. Now, that's a 2-6 pair. This digit can't be 6. So the 6 is either here or here on this 6-3 pair. The 3 is either there or there. If that was 3-6, this digit would have to be 3. Oh, one of these sides, how do these sides work? One of them goes 8, 1, 6. And the other goes 2, 9, 4. 2, 9, 4. Okay, this 2-6 pair are looking at these two cells, which can't be 2s. That's not uninteresting as well. That 1, 9 pair are both looking at this, which can't be a 1. That 4, 8 pair are both looking at this cell, which can't be 4 or 8. So that's 1 or 2. This now can't be 8 because of the black dot. And this one can't be 8 either. That is now 2 or 4. The other digit from 2 or 4 in the row will be on this black dot. Oh, this is building up a bit now. If that was a 4, this would be 2, 1 in the same box. Come on. 6 as a pair prevents... 6 is in one of those cells. That prevents that being a 6, definitely. Probably not that interesting a fact. If that's a 6, that's a 3. Closing in a bit now. I ruled out 1 from there based on this 1, 9 pair. So this is getting very constrained. Why can't I then use that? It's interesting. If this was a 2, that's a 4, 8 pair, and this digit is low. Then there has to be a 2 on one of these cells. That's quite interesting. Right. If this is a 2, I think this is interesting actually. If this is a 2, there's no 2 there, it's a 4-8 pair. That makes this cell not 4 or 8. And that means there has to be a 2 in this domino. So there's a 2 there, a 2 in this domino. Now this cell isn't 2. And that means this must be 2, because there must be a 2 in this trio. So we would now have 2s in these sorts of position. 2 there would make one of these 2 a 2. Ah, it's not going to break for me. I really don't think this puzzle is as hard as I'm finding it. This digit can't be 4, 8, or 3. Could it be 6? That would be 6, and that would be 6. One of these 2 is a 2. And that's a 4 or 8 pair. So this digit can't be 4 or 8. It's either 1 or 2 or a 6. I just need to narrow down one more surprising digit somewhere and I'm in business. That 7 sees that. That's not the sort of thing I want. 726. 3 is in one of these cells. That's totally uninteresting. That digit cannot be the same as that one. The magic square might still have something left to give, mightn't it? If this was 2, 9, 4, what does that do? I think that's likely what it is. If this is 6, 1, 8, that's a 3. 3, 6, 1, 8 here. Then that digit would be a 4. That would stop this being a 4. That would force this to be 2 or 4. Oh, this digit can't be a 4 at this point because there'd be a black dot to the next digit on its right. That's strange. I certainly hadn't noticed that before. 2, 6, 7 here. Where's the 3 in the row? It's either there, it can't be here, so it's in one of these 2 positions. We've had a 7 in that box, so this isn't 7. So the 7 in this row is in one of these 2. Ooh, if 7 was there, it would see this cell. It would have a 5, 9 pair that I'm sure would do no good at all. I just don't think this is as difficult as I'm finding it, but maybe it is. Maybe it is. It's a magical constellation anyway. Right, I just need to be a bit smarter. 5 can't be in those cells, so the 5 in column 3 is going to have to be down there. That's a bit strange. That also rules out 5 from this cell, and 5 is already ruled out from those. So the 5 in box 8 is in one of those. They all see that digit, but so does that one. Just need to finish off this magic square, and I'm sure the whole puzzle will go at that point, but I don't know. I don't know how to do this at all. This could be a 1-2 pair. how could this be a 1-2 pair? We'd have 6, 3, 4, 2, 8. I mean, everything would be done. Okay, if this is a 1-2 pair, we're going to get a 2 here. Because that's 8. 1, 6. We're going to get a 2. Is it 8? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I'm postulating a 2 in the right-hand black dot in box 6. And then I'm ending up with 2s in these positions now. And that's going to give me a 2 in one of those cells. Two in one of those cells. Again, it feels like there's something very obvious and I cannot find it. Okay. How about where are 3 and 6 in this column? Is that any use? It seems like it's not, but I think they're probably here. No, I don't have any evidence for that. You've got to have evidence in this. Right, where's 9 in this box? It's not on a black dot. There you go. It's that simple. Why am I so rubbish some days? I don't know. You just have to put up with it and move on. Right, where was 9 in box 2 was the simple question. Not on a black dot was the simple answer. Now we can just finish off the magic square. And let's see if that really does take us home. 1 sees that cell, so that's 4 or 8. Now 2 sees that cell, so that's also 4 or 8. Those are in fact 8 sees that cell by knight's move, and that then sees this one at the top. So that becomes a 2 because of the Sudoku in the box. Then we get a 2 here. It really does just fire through the whole puzzle, I think. I mean, I could be wrong, but I doubt that I am. That's not a 3. So this is now where 6 and 3 goes. And it's going to be really straightforward from this point. That's not an 8 in the box, or a 4, or a 1. Sorry, it is a 4. It's not a 2 or a 1. That's now a 1. That's just Sudoku. That 4 sees this cell. 8 and 1 both see this cell. So this is a 2-4 pair now. One of these two is a 2. That can't be 4. It can't also be 2. 3, 4, 2, 1. Now, down here we've got 4, 6, 9 as a triple. Nothing needing to be kept apart there. We've got a 2 in one of... Well, we can't have 2 in these cells, so they're a 4, 8 pair. That sees this cell, which is therefore 1 or 2. There is now definitely a 2 in one of those, and this digit in the corner becomes a 4. That's 2. That's 1. This is now 8. That's 4. This can't be 4. We've got a 1, 2 pair here. This could yet be 8. In fact, 4 is in one of those 2 cells. I'm using the knight's move, and I'm going to use it from there to that cell and rule out 1. This is now either 1 or 3. 8 is in one of these 3 cells, and one of these 3, not that one by knight's move, so 8's in one of those 2. Oh, that's quite amusing. If this was a 4, this couldn't be an 8 because it would need a 4 here, and this couldn't be 8 because they'd need a black dot between them, so that can't be 4. So this is 4. And this is now 8 because it can't be 2. I probably better getting rid of the colors at this point, but let's just see. So now we need a 3-6 pair in this box to be separated. This sees 3-6 as a pair and 4-8, so that digit is 1 or 2. This is also 1 or 2 as it can't be 4, so we found another pair down here. 3-6. We need an 8 in one of these two cells and 5, 7, 9 in the rest in the column. One of these two is a 6. Don't know which one yet. 4, 6, 9, 1, 2. That can't be 9. These are from 3, 5, 7, 8. The 2 in row 4 has to be in this cell now, and that gives us a 1 here. That's the last colouring actually on a dot that we're going to need to do. 1, 1. This can't be 1 on the knight's move, so there's a 1 here. Oh, I forgot to colour one of the dots. There we go. I mean, I could keep colouring. There's no point, is there? Let's get rid of the colour scheme. Right. This digit can't be 8 on the knight's move. 4, 3, 6. 7 is in one of these two. I'm sure this is just going to be processional, but I have to prove that, and I really not cover myself with any glory in this puzzle so far. Okay, 8's in one of those two cells, and that means 8 can't be here. So 8 in box 8 is in one of those two cells. Then 8 in row 8 is in one of those two. 8 in box 1 is in one of those two. Oh dear. Five sees that by knight's move. Maybe I need to do a bit more knight's move scanning. 9 sees that one. Whitey McKnightface, not quite as powerful as his brother Knighty. We need a 4 in row 6. There it is. Then that rules out this from being a 4. So we find the 4 in column 3. Then we find the 4 in column 4. And that's all the 4s in the grid. Done. We need a 1 somewhere in column 1. Not here because there's a 1-2 pair in the row already. Five is in one of those two cells and one of these 3. So the 5 in row 8. How did I know 5 isn't there? Because it's in one of those two. The 5 in row 8 is in one of these two. That's going to stop 5 in row 6 being in either of these cells. That's not bad, because that means 5 in box 6 is in one of those 3, and they all see that cell, so that must be a 9. That's quite complicated, actually. This is now a 5, 7, 8 triple in the top of column 7. 2, 1, 4. Everything else in the column is 3, 6, or 9. Now I've placed 5 in box 9. That sees this cell and places 5 in box 6. And it also sees this cell by knight's move. So 5 must be in one of those two. And now 5 is definitely in one of these two. What else does that get us? 3, 6, 7, 9 still to place in column 8. This can't be a 9 on the knight's move, so that's 6 or 7. 3 and 9 are in these cells. 9 specifically in one of those two, and therefore not here. Also not here. In fact, 9 in the central box is now in one of those two. Oh, well, it can't be there by ordinary Sudoku. So we've found 9 in the central box. That rules out this one. Places 9 in box 6. And then that places 9 in box 9. Okay. There's a 5, 7, 8 triple there, and they all see this cell. 2 of them in the same box, 1 by Knight's Move, so that has to be a 6. This one is obviously also 5, 7, or 8. But it can't be 5, which is in one of those two. So this is 7 or 8. It's the same digit as this. And that leaves me hanging. Right, these are from, that can't be 9 anymore. We're down to 6 or 7 in row 4. This one is 3, 6, or 7 by its box and its row, maybe. One of those two is 8. We know that. Actually, one of these two is 8 as well. Yeah, and that's not resolved. There's still one black dot digit left to do over there. Don't know how to do that. So we've got to find something else again. That 1, 2 pair in row 8, 5, 4. Tempting to think that that's not a 7. If it was, that would be a 7. That would be a 7. That would be a 7. We've got one there. Okay, that doesn't work, but it's quite complicated. Let's start with if this was a 7, these two digits would be 7s. You'd have to have one there in box 1, and there'd be nowhere for a 7 in box 4. I mean, it's quite complicated, but this can't be a 7. This is a 5. Now we've got a 7, 8 pair. That's given us a 3, 6 pair. That's a 7. This is 6 at the start of the row. This is 5 at the start of row 6. These are a 3, 7, 9 triple. I'm sure there's some Knight's Move action. Somehow 3 sees the middle one. Maybe that's all at the moment. That 7, 8 pair both see this cell, which can't be 4, 6, 9, 1, 2, or 5, and must be 3. That sees this cell, which is 6. That gives us 3, 6 pairs all over. And not a 3 in the corner, but a 7. That's 3. Now, 7 has to be one of these two. They are a 7, 8 pair, just as these are. Deadly pattern all over the place. This is now an 8, 7 pair, which was what I was expecting earlier, or wondering about. That's 9 and 6. That's done. 6 is placed here in box 7. That was on the Knight's Move from there. 6s are all done, in fact, so that was just ordinary Sudoku. Right, the 7, 8 pair here. Oh, this digit is a 5. That's all that's left in this box. And that makes that a 5. And this is 1 or 2, but it sees a 2 by Knight's Move. And that's going to do some good. Right, along the bottom, I have a 2, 3, 9 triple. This digit sees 2 and 3, so it's 9. So going up the column, this now can't be 9. I've got 3 and 7 to place in the column. Still struggling around for moves in this. 7, 8, 2, 3. There's a 2 X-Wing. That doesn't do anything. It's just Knight's Move stuff, isn't it? In this row, that is 5 or 8. Wow, I'm sorry that I can't disambiguate this puzzle quicker, but there we go. We've reached 2 candidates for every cell except row 1, column 1. And it must be very straight. How about this 7, 8? That has to be broken up by some Knight's Move. Is it actually going to be from here when I finally solve that, which I haven't done yet? It probably is. Okay, so I have to do something else first. These aren't touched by knight's moves. Somewhere up here, something is. Or there's regular Sudoku that I just haven't seen and can't see. This one. Looking at all the cells that the knight's move covers. Wow, absolutely. Okay, I know that's going to fix this 7-8 triple. So that is actually a 7. Why can't it be a 3? This would be a 7. Then we'd have 2, 8, 7 there. Yeah. That one is not seeing a knight's move cell. Nor is this. Nor is that. Definitely not. Right. Something over here must be. Okay, if that was 7, that would prevent either of these being 7, and this would be 7. Also, that would be 7. And that one. Sorry, that one. Now, what else would that do? Is there something that would be impossible? Yeah, there is. There is. If this was 7, this would be 9, and this would be 3. And this cell would see both a 7 and a 3 in its box and have no possible outcome. That's quite hard at this stage, but it will get it done. So 2, 8 there. Now we can do this group, 7, 5, 8. Now we can say that this is not 5. That 2 looks down. We get a 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Oh, well, this has surprised me. Because if I've done this right, this digit's now a 3. And now nothing's going to break up this group. Ah, the black dot rule, which I completely forgot again to use. Oh, you are a muppet. 4 can't sit next to 8 without a black dot. 4 can't sit next to 8 without a black dot. And I mean, it's that simple. That rule has been staring me in the face for ages. How that puzzle has taken me 45 minutes, I don't know. You guys will be finishing it in the quicker ones in 10 minutes. The many people in 20 and 30, and you can just laugh at me today. That's fine. That's what I'm here for. Sometimes I'm the butt of your amusement. Well done, Daniel. You can also chalk up a big victory because that thoroughly defeated me. Great. I enjoyed the puzzle, but my goodness, I didn't enjoy my performance. Thank you for watching anyway. Love to have you join me tomorrow. I'll try and be better. We'll see if I can manage it. Bye for now.